this production of A Christmas Carol, brought to you by the West Plains Playhouse. I would like to thank our generous sponsors and all of those who have worked so hard to make this show possible. Now, this story is a festive story about the meaning of kindness and redemption. But before we get started, could I get a nasty and ill-tempered bah humbug? Bah humbug! Good show. Now I must ask you to silence your cell phones so as to not disturb the spirits. Now, without further ado, Jacob Marley was dead to begin with. This fact must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful will come of this tale I'm about to tell you. Now, at the time of our story, Marley had been dead 7 years, but Ebenezer Scrooge had never seen fit to paint Marley's name on the Steakhouse sign where both men practiced their business. They were lenders by trade, with a love for high interest rates. We all know what that is.
Guys, get your guys for Christmas dinner.
See the little boy with the crutch? That's Tiny Tim. He is quite ill, but his parents cannot afford treatment. Next to him is his mother, Mrs. Cratchit, wife to Bob Cratchit.
I'll take the one on the right, I suppose.
Great bird for the price, Miss Cratchit.
It's a lovely fish, Mother.
Now we must go home and prepare it.
When will Father be home?
As soon as Mr. Scrooge sees fit to let him go.
Will he be with us on Christmas Day?
I hope so, dear. I hope so.
Ebenezer Scrooge, hard and sharp as a flint from which no steel had ever struck fire. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, narcissistic old sinner, frozen through from the ice in his veins.
Mr. Cratchit?
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
What is it that you are doing?
The fire. It's nearly out, Mr. Scrooge. I was going to add another piece of coal.
Coal costs money, Mr. Cratchit. If you approach the stove again, it will be necessary for us to part ways.
Now it was Christmas Eve, but that made no difference to Ebenezer Scrooge. He warned all human sympathy and decency to keep its distance. None of it could touch his hardened heart. And so our story begins. And remember, Jacob Marley was dead.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Are you trying to wake the dead?
I said, Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Bah! Humbug!
Christmas? A humbug? You don't mean that, I'm sure.
No, I do. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be so distant? What reason have you to be so morose? You're rich enough.
Bah! Humbug!
Don't be cross, Uncle. You're always so cross.
And what else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Tell me, nephew, what is Christmas to you? A time for paying bills without money, a time for finding yourself a year older, but not now richer. If I could work my will, every idiot who went about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. He should!
Uncle!
Nephew, you keep Christmas in your way. Let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Heaven knows it's never done you any good.
You speak of profit, Uncle. Yet I have derived many things good and not profited. Christmas among them. I've always thought of it as a good time. A kind, caring, generous time. The only time of year that I know of where men and women open their hearts freely to give to those less fortunate. And though Christmas has never provided me with a scrap of gold or silver in my pockets, I believe that it is good, and it has done me good. And so I say, God bless it.
Another sound from you, sir, and you'll keep your precious Christmas by losing your situation. You're a very powerful speaker, sir. It's a wonder you did not go to Parliament. You're also profoundly naive.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come have dinner with my wife and I tomorrow.
Why on earth did you get married for?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. The only thing more ridiculous than a Merry Christmas. Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why can't we be friends?
On the contrary, you ask a great deal. Good afternoon.
Well, I am sorry to find you so resolute in your ways. But I intend to keep my Christmas spirit until the end. And so I say, Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
And a Merry Christmas to you as well, Bob Cratchit.
And same to you, sir.
My clerk with 15 shillings a week and a wife and family, talking about a Merry Christmas. Lunatic! Time to close up, Mr. Cratchit. I suppose you'll be watching the whole day tomorrow.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It is not convenient, sir, and it is not fair. If I was to dock your pay for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I presume. And yet, you do not think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
Only one day a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking my pockets every 25th of December. Very well, I suppose you must have it, but be here early the day after.
Yes, sir, Mr. Scrooge. Thank you, and ready.
Keys. Which one is it?
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
What you gonna do for Christmas? Give me a beating? Some jolly spoon you are.
Away with you, boy!
They say you're a skinflint and a miser. The devil himself will kill you.
I'm the kindest, most generous man I know, child. Now off!
Excuse me!
Have me the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge and Mr. Marley.
Does it matter? I answer to both things when it comes to business.
We really do need to know your name, sir.
Ebenezer Scrooge, Jacob Marley has been dead for 7 years. 7 years ago tonight, in fact.
Well, what a tragedy to die on Christmas Eve.
He didn't mind, believe me.
Well, I'm sure that generosity was well represented by surviving partner.
Hey, this festive time of the year, Mr. Scrooge. It is desirable that we make some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at this time. Many thousands are in want of common necessities. Hundreds of thousands are in need of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Oh, there are plenty, sir.
And Indian workhouses, are they still in operation?
No, but I wish I could say they're not.
I was afraid from what you said that something had occurred to stop them in the useful purpose. I'm very glad to hear it.
But those tavern places are hardly furnished with Christian cheer of the mind, bodies of the multitude. And that being the case, we are raising funds to buy the poor to eat and drink and means and more. So what should we put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous.
I wish to be left alone. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. My taxes go to population. It is enough for a man to understand his own business and not interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon.
I've placed your gruel on earth, Mr. Scrooge, and turned down your bed.
Have me bed curtains been aired out?
Yes, sir.
And I assume you'll not be here tomorrow.
You assume correctly, sir.
Very well, Mrs. Dilber. I must be a victim of the holiday on all fronts. You people are bound to make me a pauper.
Have a Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Margaret. Shake of Molly. Can't be. Bah, humbug. Hello? Hello? You're a fool, Ebenezer Scrooge, seeing things and hearing things that aren't there. Well, I can't help it. Harassed by lunatics all afternoon at my place of business. Must have rubbed off on me. That's code. Humbug! Humbug, I say! It's a humbug still, I won't believe it! How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Asked me who I was.
Who are you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then!
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence would you have besides that of your own senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because something is affecting them, that's why. A slight disorder of my stomach. You could be a bit of bad beef, or a pot of fancy mustard, with rum and potted cheese, perhaps. A scrap of underdone potato, yes. There's more of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are. Why do you trouble me?
Oh. It is required of every man to walk amongst his fellow man in kindness and goodwill. And if he does not do so in life, then the spirit within him must wander. It is doomed to witness free will, I put it on and wear it. Is its pattern strange to you?
Yes.
You should know, Ebenezer, the length and weight of your own strong cane. It was as long and heavy as this 7 years ago, and more so.
Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. It comes from other regions and is delivered by other spirits.
You must have been very slow about it, Jacob.
Slow?
7 years dead and traveling all the time.
The whole time. No peace, no rest, only the incessant torture of remorse.
You travel fast.
On the wings of the wind.
You might have got over a great quantity of ground in 7 years.
There is no chance for me to make amends for the lost opportunities in my life. No space of regret can alter it.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Oh, business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Mercy, charity, benevolence were all my business. Hear me! My time is almost over. I have come to warn you and to offer you a chance and hope of avoiding my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope?
It is.
In that case, I'd rather not.
Without their visitation, you cannot hope to avoid the path that I traveled. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1. The second when the bell tolls 2.
Couldn't I see them all at once and have it over with?
The third, more mercurial, will come in his own good time. Look to see me no more, but remember what has passed between us.
I must have slept. Was that the bell for 1? There's someone behind me, isn't there? Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Can you not place upon your head that cap you hold?
Would you so quickly shun light again? Many such as you have kept me extinguished for years uncounted. I bring light of truth to you.
Well, I did not mean to offend. For what purpose have you come?
Your welfare.
I can think of no better welfare than a night of undisturbed sleep.
Your reclamation, then. There is much to see and many lessons to learn. Come with me.
Must I? Oh, my knees!
The school is empty. Everyone has gone home for Christmas. Except for one boy. He cannot see nor hear you.
Yes, he's alone. He spent many Christmases here this way, with only his books to keep him company. Robinson Crusoe, Alibaba, they were more real to me than anything else. Fair.
What are you doing here?
I came to bring you home, Ebenezer.
Home?
Yes, Father is so much
I don't think so, friends.
What's wrong, dear brother?
I cannot believe that my father has changed. It won't last this time, it didn't last last time, so I have no reason to believe that it will last this time. I'm better off here alone.
But we must consider both evidences. Perhaps this time he will change for good. It is Christmas after all. Miracles happen at Christmas.
Why should Christmas be any less disappointing than any other day of the week? Christmas is just like any other time, just as much disappointment. Work and knowledge have the only things that have lasting value in this world.
Okay, well, it's gonna be fine. You'll see. Just come on.
She was a delicate creature, your sister. A breath of wind might have withered her, but she had a very large heart.
Yes, she had.
She had a child, I think.
Yes, my nephew, Fred. She died giving birth to him.
He is much like her.
Yes, I suppose he is.
Come, we must look at other scenes.
Why, that's Dick Wilkins. Bless me, we were good friends. This is Fezziwig's warehouse, where I worked as a lad. And there is old Fezziwig himself. Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig alive again.
Go on, my boys. No more work tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Let's close up shop.
Yo-ho, indeed, Dick.
Merry Christmas. You are very useful. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
It seems a small matter to make these silly people so joyful and full of gratitude.
Small, that has nothing to do with it. Fezziwig had the power to make us happy or unhappy, to make our work light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. The happiness he gave us was greater than any fortune.
What is it?
Nothing. I just wish I could have a word with Bob Crescent right now.
My honored guests, leave your cares and worries at the door. It's time for dancing.
There she is. So sorry I'm behind my time.
It matters little. Another idol has displaced me.
And what idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
Ha! Such is the even-handed dealing of the world. There's nothing on which it is so hard as poverty. There's nothing it condemns so severely as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. Its approval is all you seek. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall away one by one until the master passion of gain engrossed you.
And what of it? Even if I've grown so much wiser, I have not changed towards you. Have I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you you were not what you are. But I am. We were once one, but now we are two. It's with this knowledge that I can release you.
Have I ever asked to be released?
In words, no, never.
What then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit. in everything that made my love of any worth to you. Tell me, if you met me now, would you seek me out and try to win me?
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. But if you were free today, would you choose a dowerless girl? You who weigh everything by gain? I release you, Ebenezer, with a full heart, for the love of the man that you once were. May you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Spirit, why did you lighten and torture me? Why show me all of that?
They are the shadows of the things that have been. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Yes, and I cannot change any of them. The past is the past. Haunts me no longer.
The past forms the present and must be faced. You cannot extinguish the light of truth.
Hello? Haunts me no longer? That was most inconvenient.
Ebenezer Scrooge. What a weird little man you are. I am the ghost of Christmas present, and I take it you've never seen the like of me before.
No, never. Pardon me, spirit, but where are your socks?
The same place as your overbearing ego.
There, humbug. And are you inebriated, spirit?
Oh, indeed. I am drunk on the wine of human goodwill and kindness.
You are different than the other spirits.
Here, drink.
No, I'd rather not. I'm not in the habit of accepting drinks offered by strangers.
Ha! If anyone could use a strong drink, it's you, Ebenezer Scrooge.
What have you to show me? I was compelled to go with the last spirit, and I learned a lesson that is working within me now. Take me where you will.
Take my vote. Christmas morning.
How happy they seem, not working.
Can you not share in that happiness?
It is not that I don't wish to. Well, perhaps it is a bit, but I cannot afford it. My business requires my attention at all times.
Oh, what a pity it would be for you to neglect to settle your accounts just one day out of the year. Perhaps for you, work is less about necessity and more about avoiding.
Doesn't your kind have an admonition against idle hands? What a sloth and laxity!
You should have taken the drink. There are many who claim to know me and do their deeds of pride, ill will, and selfishness in my name. Yet to me, it is as if they do not exist. I don't know them. Remember that. Look, your niece and nephew.
He says that Christmas is a humbug, and he believes it too.
Shame on him, Fred.
He's a comical old fellow, that's for sure. But his misdeeds carry their own misfortune, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least, you always tell me so. But his wealth is of no good to him. He does no good with it. He has no satisfaction in life. It's a thing that you and he come from the same family. Incredible. I have no patience with him.
Oh, but I am sorry for him. But I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. He gets it in his head to dislike us. He refuses to dine with us, and he misses out.
Misses out on the very a fine dinner, I might add. And speaking of such, we'd better get home. The meal isn't going to cook itself. Your uncle will have his usual lonely Christmas and be content to do so. I don't want you worrying about him.
Lovely woman, my niece.
You should have taken the drink. Now follow me, you weird little man.
Martha, there you are. Sorry I'm late, Mother. Though a little homeless than expected. It took a good while to feed them all. Where's Father?
Still at church with Tim? I think I hear them coming. Quick, Martha, hide.
Bob, you're home.
Where's our Martha?
Oh, she's not coming today. She's very sorry, but there's too much work at the poorhouse.
Not coming home on Christmas Day?
Of course I'm home. I wouldn't miss Christmas for the world.
Fine children, I must say. Hard-working and to the point.
How was Tim in church?
As good as gold. Better. Tim, do you like to tell your mother what you told me in church today?
I said that it might be pleasant for people to see me in church because I'm a cripple, so they might remember who it was who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Oh, that's wonderful, Tim.
Peter, I have some news for you.
Yes, Father?
I found a job making, just for you, making 5 and 6 pence a week.
That much?
I see Peter's on his way to becoming a true businessman. Oh, there never was such a beauty sleep. It is wonderful.
A small goose, to be sure.
It's all Bob Cratchit can afford.
A toast to Ebenezer Scrooge, the founder of our feast.
Founder of our feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon.
My dear, the children, it's Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is rather. Nobody knows it better than yourself. Poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
Very well. I'll drink his health for your sake, and the day's, not for his. A long life to Ebenezer Scrooge, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
To Mr. Scrooge. And Merry Christmas to us all, my dears.
And God bless us, everyone.
Tell me, Spirit, will this boy live?
I see a vacant chair and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No. Say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die, and none of my race will find him here. But what of it?
What on earth do you mean?
Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? If he is to die, let him die, and decrease the surplus population.
You use my words against me. That wasn't what I meant.
Was it not? Man, if a man you be in heart, forbear that wicked saying until you discover what the surplus population is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It may very well be that in the sight of heaven, you are worth less and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Say no more, Spirit, I cannot bear it.
There are countless families like this one, celebrating the world over, in churches, in mansions, in dirty hovels, but all with the words Merry Christmas upon their lips, and all with the spirit that I bring. Look, my time grows short.
Spirit, are they yours?
They belong to man. Beware them both.
I am what? I'm ignorance. We live in every corner of this world, and you are faced with us when you walk out your door. Doom is written upon our foreheads.
Spirit, have they no refuge? Have they no resource?
Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons?
Spirit, get them away from me at once. I do not want to look at them.
Ignorance and what? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Spirit, don't leave me. I knew the Spirit whose coming was foretold to me. You are to show me shadows of the things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Will you not speak to me? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any spectre I have seen, but I know your purpose is to do me good. And since I'm prepared to be a better man than I once was, I will bear your company with a thankful heart. Lead on, Spirit. What's this?
I don't know much about it. I only know that he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
What was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
God knows.
Well, what has he done with the money?
I haven't heard, but he hasn't given it to me. I can assure you of that.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. By my life, I don't know a single man who will go to it.
I know. If lunch was provided, I'd have been his only friend, by Jove. We occasionally greeted each other at the exchange after all.
Well, old Scratch finally got his own at last.
I know these men, Spirit. We do business together. Of whom do they speak? What lesson here is there for me?
Got some goods for you, Joe, that I do.
Oh, Mrs. Gilbert, come in, come in, come in. Oh, hi. Such a bag. You must have come from this place.
I have indeed, Joe. Lifted a few things I did. Person's got a right to look after themselves. Lord knows, he always did.
Indeed, indeed. A truer word never spoken, Mrs. Gilbert. A truer word never spoken. See what you got for me here. Pair of boots. Candlesticks. And a spoon too. Oh, what else have we got here, dearie? Bed curtains? You mean to tell me that you took them down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Well, why not? If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, the wicked old screw, he should have been more natural in his lifetime. If he had been, he'd have had someone to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying there alone, gasping out his last.
and what? Oh, there's some bed curtains. Blankets. His blankets. I hope he didn't die enough in catching.
I ain't so fond of his company that I Lloyd about him for such things if he did. Now, you won't find a tear. All of those blankets, mind you, the finest he had.
You were born to make a fortune. Born to make a fortune, Mrs. Dilber. Oh, my. I always give too much to the ladies. That's how I ruin myself.
He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive. To profit us when he's dead.
Spirit, what dreadful people! This is my housekeeper. She had many clients and must be speaking of one of them. Was this man really deserving of such contempt? I cannot, Spirit. I have not the power. Tell me, is there anyone in this wretched city who mourns, who displays some grief, some shred of human emotion and feeling?
This color hurts my eyes. I hate to show red eyes to your father when he comes home. It is past his time.
Yes, it is.
He walks slower than he used to.
I've known him to walk very fast on 10 shoulders.
Yes, little Tim was no burden at all for your father. No burden at all. He loved him so.
Sorry I'm late, my dears. I had to stop and see him.
You went there.
I had to. I promised him. I wish you had been there, all of you. The grass is so green. The flowers have grown up around his little stone. I promised him I would see him every Sunday. I promised him. My child. My poor, poor child.
We will never forget poor Tiny Tim, no matter however or whenever we part from each other. And I know that when we recollect how patient and how kind he was, though a little child, we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves.
No, never.
You all make me a very happy man. A very happy man indeed. I am truly blessed.
I asked you to show me mourning and grief, to see sorrow over a dead. It was not the death I expected. Please take me home, Spirit. I need see no more. Spirit, something tells me that our parting is near at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Please, you must tell me, who was the dead man I saw lying on the bed? Before I draw near that stone, answer me this question. The things you have shown me, are they the shadows of the things that will be, or may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends I accepted, but if those courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is so with what you show me. Ebenezer Scrooge, I was the man upon the bed. No! Spirit, hear me! I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I would have been but for your visions. Why show me this if I'm past no hope? Tell me that I may change these things to an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, present, and future. The spirits of all three will strive within me. Tell me that I may sponge away the writing on this stone. My bed curtains, they're not torn down, greens and all. They're here. I am here. The shadows of things that would have been may be dispelled. I know they will. Heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I will live in the past, present, and future. The spirits of all three will strive within me. I swear this on my knees, Jacob Marley. Do you hear me? On my knees. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. I don't know what day it is, but I must find out. Hello, you there, boy? You delightful scamp. Tell me, what day is it?
Are you pulling my leg, Mr. Scrooge?
Of course not.
It's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day? Then I haven't missed it. The spirits did it all in one night. Well, of course they can. They're spirits. They can do anything they like. Oh, boy!
Yes, sir.
Do you know the poulter's over on the next street?
Of course. I'm not going to collect money from him if that's what you want.
Remarkable boy. He's a prize turkey still hanging in the window.
You mean the one that's as big as me? Yes, it is.
Delightful boy, yes. I want you to go and buy it.
Are you joking?
No, I'm in earnest. Go and tell them to bring it round here and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. Ha-ha!
Yes, sir!
I'll send that turkey to Bob Cratchit, but he shan't know who sent it. No, I'd love to see the look on his face. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. Ha-ha! Ah, Mr. Poole, Miss Williams. I'll be right down. Merry Christmas to you both.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, though I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon for the things I said. I would indeed like to make a contribution to your cause for the sum of...
Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
Quite so, and there are a great many back payments included in that as well.
We don't know what to say.
You needn't say anything. Only come and see me sometime.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas to you. Ah, late Tory Bob Cratchit. This'll never do. Mr. Cratchit! What on earth do you mean coming here this time of day?
Very sorry, Mr. Scrooge.
Very sorry, Mr. Scrooge. It's only one day a year, and we were making rather many...
I tell you, Mr. Cratchit, I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. So therefore, I'm going to raise your salary, Bob. Merry Christmas, Bob, and merrier Christmas than I've given you in many a year.
You've clearly gone mad. Stay back. I'm going to fetch the constable.
No, Bob, I'm in earnest. If I am mad, it is with happiness and goodwill. I will raise your salary and endeavor to help your struggling family in any way I can. And Bob, Tiny Tim will walk again. I promise you.
Can it be true?
It is true, Bob. Now come, we'll discuss your affairs this afternoon over a Christmas bowl of smoking bacon. Oh, and Bob, I won't be needing this anymore. Tally-ho! Come on, old boy!
Ebenezer Scrooge was as good as his word. He did it all, and infinitely more. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the old city knew. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he became a second father. It was said that Ebenezer Scrooge knew how to keep Christmas well, if any of us possess that knowledge. May that truly be said of us, and all of us. And so, as I once observed, God bless us, everyone.
Please join us as we sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas.